Black Ops 6 added 3 new weapons to Season 2, and I finally unlocked all 3 from the Battle Pass. The FENG 82 LMGs on page 3, the PPSh-41 SMGs on page 6, and the Cipher 091 AR is on page 8. So today what I decided to do is I wanted to experiment with these new weapons to see if they have any special abilities when you pack-a-punch them in zombies. One of the best parts about zombies is pack-a-punch. It's a lot of fun to use pack-a-punched weapons, and there are some guns that have special abilities like the LR 7.62, the SVD, and so on. But today I want to find out if any of these new weapons have special abilities, or at the very least, I want to find out how they change when they're pack-a-punched. So first up, we have the new PPSh-41, which is the iconic SMG that Treyarch had been talking about for a while. I know some people were hoping for the MP40. I was indifferent. I really like the PPSh-41, and I used it a lot in multiplayer so far in Black Ops 6, and I found it good in its base form as well. I decided for the sake of the experiment that I'm not going to add any attachments to the guns today. I'm not looking for scrap or anything like that, and I want to know if the 3 guns are good at getting headshots, even without any attachments. I also want to know how the gun actually changes when it's pack-a-punched and not influenced by any other attachments. I'm interested because they were talking about it a lot in the 115-day promo stuff. Also, I wanted to know if the PPSh-41 gets any special abilities or anything like that, because a lot of the other guns do. So for the purposes of the experiment, I decided I would just do this in standard mode just because I felt like it. When I test things out, I usually go into directed mode because, you know, why not? But there is no directed mode on the tomb, so I decided to go for it on standard, and I really wanted to try this on the tomb as well as Liberty Falls. Honestly, the nice thing about the PPSh is that it's genuinely a good weapon, and its fire rate is crazy, it's fast, which is a bonus. And the nice thing about the PPSh-41 is that it's faster at dealing, I feel, damage to the zombies compared to the other guns in this game, though I have been playing a lot of zombies with assault rifles, so that might be skewing my perception, but anyways, it's still a solid weapon. I decided to go for the tomb because I wanted to at least try one of the guns in the tomb. Also, before the tomb dropped, Treyarch had put out a promo of the new pack-a-punch camos in the tomb on the PPSh-41, and I figured why not try it out here. I also like the tomb. I think it's got good spaces in it, and it's pretty fun to sort of just run around and shoot zombies in. I think I might do Liberty Falls for the other two just because I'm really used to that map by now. But anyways, I've gotten a bit bored of Liberty Falls since I've mostly just been on that map since Black Ops 6 launched. Liberty Falls is a good map, don't get me wrong, and I use it all the time, but I just think that when you play the same thing over and over, the experience does become stale at some point. The tomb, I still haven't gotten used to it, nor have I overplayed it yet, but I have a feeling that this will be my new Liberty Falls for some time, honestly. For most of the first few rounds, I just worked on gathering up essence and opening the doors, because to get to pack-a-punch on the tomb, you have to go to the Dark Ether Nexus, which is the final area of the tomb, and it requires you to place an amulet on this crystal here in the subterranean region, and then you can enter the Dark Ether Nexus. The pack-a-punch machine is pretty much right there, but I couldn't pack-a-punch at that point yet because I spent most of my essence on opening the doors. The shock mimic spawned in at me on round 8, and the PPSh-41 held up pretty decently, though it could have been better. Its fire rate may be fast, but with the magazine capacity being low, the problem is that you have to reload frequently, and I didn't pick up any perks because I just wanted to get to pack-a-punch quickly, so you have to deal with the reload times, which is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I did have to use a Molotov or two on the shock mimic because I was sort of speeding through all the zombies to get enough essence, but still I do prefer the new SMG to most of the SMGs in this game though. Once I gathered up enough essence, I equipped pack-a-punch, and this is what the gun looks like. The tomb honestly has one of the best pack-a-punch camos in Black Ops 6, and I really like the way they implemented the color scheme as well. When you pack-a-punch the PPSh-41, one of the nice things is that the fire rate gets significantly faster, so it becomes almost insanely fast even compared to its already fast firing rate. That does make it a bit of a bullet guzzler, but the nice thing is that it can help you get out of a difficult situation when there's tons of zombies just hoarding around you constantly. The magazine capacity does go up as well, but the main special ability is definitely the faster firing rate. This is sort of how it's been in other zombies, but I was curious to know if it would be the same in Black Ops 6, and it looks like it is, so that's the PPSh-41. The second one I tried was the Cipher 091, which is the newest assault rifle. This thing looks straight out of Cyberpunk 2077, and it's got this sort of worn wooden look to its exterior. In its base form in zombies, the gun is pretty solid. The firing rate is slower compared to the PPSh-41, but it's got strength behind the bullets that it shoots out. The nice thing about the Cipher 091 as well is that you don't eat up as much of your ammunition as you do with the PPSh-41, so that's something solid about it. I decided to use Liberty Falls for this one, and to get to pack-a-punch is an easy process. I've done it like a million times at this point. I basically start out the first few rounds just farming essence in the starting area. I progress the doors one by one, but I do usually go back to the spawn area just because it's easier to train the zombies there, I feel, than other areas. After I've gotten enough essence to at a minimum open the church up, I do just that, then I farm a bit more. You can stick to the spawn area, gather up a ton of essence, and then go basically through all the doors and into the pack-a-punch area, but that's a lot of rounds to just be sitting in one place for, and I am an impatient person. I also forgot to use Rampage Inducer, but if you want to use Rampage Inducer, that'll at least get you past the first few rounds faster, so you can can just gather your essence faster as well. There's also a calling card challenge where you have to go through 15 rounds of the Rampage Inducer successfully, so if you want to get that calling card challenge and you didn't know about it, now you do. When you pack-a-punch the Cypher 091, the camo is as expected. It looks like baked beans or whatever. I honestly thought the first time I played Liberty Falls that the pack-a-punch camo was supposed to be like gemstones or something, but honestly looking at it right now, I don't really know what they were going for. Baked beans or gemstones, you guys decide in the comments. Anyways, this is what the Cypher looks like when you pack-a-punch it. Nothing too crazy, it's what you'd expect. I didn't really notice this gun having anything special about it when it's pack-a-punched aside from the magazine size going up, which is a solid feature for sure about this pack-a-punch, but there wasn't anything particularly unique, like a faster firing rate or exploding ammo. It just became more powerful and had a much larger magazine size, which did make it really nice to use against large amounts of zombies just because the Cypher is already a strong gun. So when it was pack-a-punched, more bullets, super strong gun, it just became much nicer to use in the game. Honestly, this might be one of my favorite ARs to use in zombies, but I can't really see this going up too many rounds compared to something like maybe the XM4, especially because it doesn't have a drum magazine, or I think with zombies, the best ARs are the ones that for sure have really huge magazine capacities, like the drum magazines, such as the AK-74, XM4, Krig C. I've tried those out in zombies, I've played with them a lot as well. Either way though, I am comparing the guns, but the Cypher is bare bones here, so I haven't added any extended magazines on this one. I have a feeling that with an extended mag though, this thing is for sure gonna shred and it's gonna be very overpowered in zombies. Finally, the third weapon added is an LMG. The FENG 82 is pretty different compared to the other LMGs present in Black Ops 6 in general, because this one is genuinely a lighter LMG with a smaller magazine capacity, but the handling is a lot easier. It's sort of like a cross between the other LMGs in this game and the AR weapon class with its smaller magazine but powerful firing rate. This gun is pretty overpowered in its base form and multiplayer, which is where I tried it out first, but in general, the FENG 82 is different because it's still an LMG, so it's going to be a bit slower than your average AR, at least in terms of handling and the speed that you can run with it, though we could probably enhance these things using some specific attachments, but again, I'm not doing any attachments for this experiment. In its base form, it's super easy to get lots of kills in the early rounds in zombies, and the nice thing about it as well is that it's a powerful gun, so you don't need too many bullets to take down one zombie at a time. The other thing that's nice about the FENG 82 is that it's got a smaller magazine size, so we can run around faster than we can with the XMG or something like that. In any case, after a few rounds, I went to the church in Liberty Falls again. I had originally thought about doing Terminus, but the steps to Pack-a-Punch are longer compared to Liberty Falls, and I didn't feel like going through all the steps just to get there, so I just went into Liberty Falls. It's like 5 doors or something, not that big of a deal, nor is it that big of an effort. Anyways though, when you Pack-a-Punch the FENG 82, this is what it looks like, pretty standard look to it again, but the only thing I really noticed when I did Pack-a-Punch the FENG 82 is that it gains more bullets. So the total ammo goes up to 600 instead of 390 or something like that, which is nice, but there's nothing substantial that changes about this gun really. I was hoping that it would get some sort of special ability. I'm not sure what, but I was hoping for something more specific. Either way though, this is similar to the Cypher in that it has a good magazine capacity and it's really strong in its base form anyways, so with the Pack-a-Punch on it becomes a lot more powerful, and so it's nice to use against larger hordes of zombies. I found the PPSh-41 to be the most fun of the new 3 weapons, but the Cypher 091 is really good, and the FENG 82 is probably my favorite LMG in this game right now. I was never a fan of LMGs because they felt like airsoft guns or something with just how many bullets it takes to deliver realistically any amount of damage, so it made them less than ideal. Plus LMGs are super slow when it comes to reloading, which is definitely inconvenient in something like zombies, but the nice thing about the FENG 82 is that it doesn't have that issue. It's slower than the ARs and SMGs for sure, but it's still much faster than its LMG counterparts. But yeah, there's nothing really crazy or anything like exploding ammo, but still if you Pack-a-Punch these guns, I think they're definitely solid to use. I may make an updated video soon on the best guns to Pack-a-Punch in this game because I'm very much impressed with the performance on the Cypher 091 when Pack-a-Punched, and the FENG 82 LMG is really good as well. I think they're much better than they appear to be, and they're all decent guns to use without any attachments, so that's a positive as well. Of course, with attachments, we're gonna do better because we want headshot multipliers and more scrap and things like that, but in any case, even if you have no attachments on it and you're just trying to grind the weapon levels, they're super good as well. And I'll wrap things up there. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications set to all so you can stay up to date with all the latest content. Share this video and comment below which of these new 3 guns you found to be the most interesting when Pack-a-Punched, and that's all for today, folks.